We'll start the morning satsang.
The first question today is from Katyayani, IA number 119, who's asking, Dear Swamiji, how can I break the pattern of laziness and procrastination? Are they related?
See, you need to understand this pattern of procrastination. It is something serious, more serious than laziness. Laziness is like you don't attend to something which is not that important. Procrastination is something like even which needs your attention immediately. Not attending even those things. If you are not attending your needs of wealth, it is laziness. If you are not attending your needs to prepare for the next life and death, it is procrastination. Understand? If you are postponing your need for wealth, it is laziness. If you are postponing your need to prepare for death and next life, it is procrastination. You may think in the other way. Procrastination is much worse than restlessness, anger. I can say worst pattern a person can suffer with is procrastination, because with other patterns like anger, restlessness, society tells you again and again and again, even if you do a small mistake, even if you show in one place a small anger, immediately either you pay or your master pays. The anger, restlessness, all these patterns, society immediately makes you pay, teaches you lesson. But I tell you, with restlessness, anger, with all those patterns, at least society hits you back and you will learn the lesson. But this procrastination is like having all the patterns but never being touched. That is the worst thing. That's the worst thing. This is the worst pattern. Even Guru cannot help you when there is a procrastination, this pattern. Because you will postpone even Guru's support. Laziness, you can get out of laziness through a proper or simple support from the master. If he creates little bit of fear or greed in you, you will be out of laziness. That is not a problem. But this procrastination, I'm just seeing, is there any solution for this procrastination? No. Not even Guru can help you. Because even Guru's support, you will postpone. See, with laziness, you can be awakened by fear and greed. In procrastination, you cannot be awakened. Procrastination is the laziness which cannot be shaken even by fear and greed. It is like a Kumbhakarna's sleep. Nothing can wake him up. Nothing. you wake him up, he is going to die. That's the boon he received. If somebody wakes him up in between without completing his sleep, he will lose his life. This procrastination is a strong, solidified laziness. In villages I have seen, the donkeys don't work, don't move. They will use a stick and beat, it will move. If the buffaloes don't move, stick and all won't work. They will have a heated rod. They will heat a rod and put in the tail on that. Will run. Run means not in an ordinary way. Why don't you show Kumbhakarna sleep for a moment? You guys can see how the Kumbhakarna is woken up. See. All right. Enough. God. All right. Procrastination is the pattern in which no one can help you. I can say, from my conscious scanning, at least 50% of Indians are suffering with procrastination. Other than rebirth, I don't see any solution for them. I only see the possibility of bright India in the next generation, because the procrastination is a pattern which you can't break even by fear or greed. Even if you tell them, I give you 20 lakh rupee, please work every day, no. Even if you tell you are going to die without food, without water, if you don't work, no. They will happily die, but they will not work. Not happily, they will suffer and die, but they will not work. I tell you from my conscious scanning, as a person with a deep concern for Bharat, at least let us take care the next generation does not fall into that same grooves, same pattern of procrastination. I can tell you, still in India, villages, morning till 11 o'clock, they will be sitting in the tea shop, chai shop, and talking. And 12 o'clock, they will go and take bath, eat, and sleep till 4 o'clock. After the lunch, 4 o'clock, they will come to the village center. There will be huge neem tree or banyan tree. Morning, chai shop chatting. Evening, banyan tree chatting. They will sit there, chat till 8 o'clock, go to the house, watch the TV which is given by the government freely, late night till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and sleep. I tell you, this is not a vacation or holiday, lifestyle. Not for 10% of the civilization or 20% of the civilization. 50% of Indian villages live like this. Of course, in city also people live. In city little less. With a deep concern for the Bharat, I tell you, when I remember this concept of procrastination, I remember only this country. My hope is there only with the next generation. Only the next generation can get out of this procrastination, laziness, become active, alive. Katyayani, I tell you, there is no method I can give you to come out of procrastination other than the strong fear that unless you come out by yourself, nothing can be done. When it comes to procrastination, I can only lift my hands off, say that you are on your own, nothing can be done by me. Maybe if this fear wakes you up and you get out, you are saved. Even if I say there is some method, I'll support you, my blessings are there, you will say, great, tomorrow we can do. After all, Swamiji is blessing, Swamiji is guiding, His energy is protecting us. Energy. And He is going to awaken the Kundalini. To tell you honestly, the honest solution is, I lift my hands off. If you are having laziness, I can help you. I can put you in fear and greed, you will come out of it. But procrastination, I just lift my hands off. You are on your own, I won't be able to help. I can't help. Maybe I can make you understand the seriousness of the procrastination problem. Then you yourself can jump out of it. God. That is the only solution.
The next question is from Kyle Tiak, IA number 6060, who's saying, if we are all one, then I am you and you are me, a reflection of the internal world or character in the game of life. Is this not just a game I am playing with myself to attain something I already am?
If we are all one, then I am you and you are me, a reflection of the internal world or character in the game of life. Is this not just a game I am playing with myself to attain something I already am? Kyle Tiak, you are true. And one thing I am very happy is, you are not asking this question out of your intellectual thinking. You are asking due to honest doubt. Honestly doubting the existence is the way to wake up from the Maya, delusion. Understand? Honestly doubting the root cause of existence. I tell you, you are already a fulfilled master being. But when you project that masterhood on somebody else and see, only then you realize you are also that same thing and you wake up. I am only a simple mirror for all you guys to project what you want as ultimate and see and wake up. Today morning somebody asked me, Swamiji, we want to see Krishna Bhava. I am only a mirror. I said, I'll do it and I am going to give them the darshan. See, I am only a mirror. Please understand what I am saying. You can clap later on. First understand. No, you should not miss this truth in the Krishna Baba mood. Keep that away now. Understand this truth. If you want to see an intelligent being as your original you project that on me and see. I also respond as a mirror. The moment you project that on me and see, I make you understand this is the game. Why don't you see that intelligent person in you itself? When you see it on you, you are enlightened. Same way, if you want to see a powerful person as you, then you project that on me. I tell you, hey, you projected the most powerful being on the planet Earth on me. Enough, this game. Now you project that on you itself and see. You wake up. This is the essence of Ashtavakra Gita. See, Ashtavakra Gita, essence of Ashtavakra Gita is nothing but projecting the best thing of your life externally on your imagination and seeing, but realizing you are supposed to project the best thing of your life on yourself, not on your imagination, and waking up. I tell you. I bow down to Ashtavakra with all my humbleness. He means to my life. He made so much of sense to my life. He made so much of meaning to my life during my tapas period. I'll speak on Ashtavakra. I stopped because the day I was completing the Ashtavakra satsang only, my father passed away. After that, never started the Ashtavakra Gita again. I started speaking on Ashtavakra. The third day, my father passed away. There was never, not fourth day satsang. After that, I did not touch the Ashtavakra Gita at all. Now it is time. I'll touch Ashtavakra. Kyle, this question is a very important question. Honestly, I am your reflection. You are my reflection. Ashtavakra is Janaka's guru. Janaka is Sita's father. Ashtavakra is Janak Maharaja. Why don't you project? Yes. The master who had 8 deformities while he took birth. He was a great enlightened being. One of my favorites. Ashtavakra's depth is much more than Adi Shankaracharya. Nobody dives into that concept of Maya so beautifully like Ashtavakra. I have not read a single book in any other language. I know only 3 languages, Tamil, English and little bit of Sanskrit. I can read and write little Bengali and Hindi because of Devanagari script. In none of this language I know. Of course, I can download from Cosmos, that is different. With all my capabilities, whatever I read, I cannot compare any book equivalent to Ashtavakra Gita. It is by itself. Just by glancing or reading once or twice, so much of awakening will happen in you. Kyle Tyak, what you are asking is true. I am you, you are me. Actually, I am the reflection of the character you are projecting in your internal world as ultimate. I cooperate with you holding a mirror. That's the exact thing. I have a big mirror in front of me. Whoever comes, come, come, come. You want to see Krishna? See, see, see. And you see, oh, Krishna. If you don't look inside and realize the Krishna inside, you will be like a wounded soldier. You will drop from the game in between. Then you are a danger. You will tell that fellow showed he is a Krishna, he is not Krishna. Fool. I did not show I am a Krishna. You wanted to see, so I showed the reflection. If you want to see Shiva, I hold a mirror. Come on, come on, see Shiva, see Shiva. When you see the Shiva, then next thing you need to do is, don't see the reflection only on this mirror, see it on yourself also. But unfortunately, nobody wants to take that jump. They say, no, 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 no. You, me, me. No touching. You talking, me talking. I am just a mirror. I am me. That's all. I am neither Krishna, nor Buddha, or Shiva, or Devi. Nothing. I am just me. I hold a mirror in which you can see whatever you want. If you want to see Buddha, you can see Krishna, you can see Mahavira, you can see Shiva, you can see Jesus, you can see whatever you want. But you need to know, whatever you see is only reflection. Avaduta in Bhagavatam, in Avaduta Gita, beautifully Avaduta says, Avaduta is Tattatreya, another one great master, who is the incarnation of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, all three. He says very beautifully, do not keep anybody as your company unless that person has realized his highest possibility in himself. If he projects his highest possibility on you, till he realizes that on him is a danger. Totapuri tells Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is a great master from West Bengal. His guru Totapuri, he tells Sri Ramakrishna, as long as you are seeing Kali outside in the image by projecting, you are danger to the Kali. Kali is danger to you. Only when you see that reflection on yourself, both of you guys are safe. He says, otherwise, at some point, Kali may not make sense to you. You may just become hopeless. Leave your devotion for Kali. So, till you are in right space, understand this truth. Every word you said is true. You are saying, if we are all one, remove if, we are all one. Then I am you, you are me. Remove then, I am you, you are me. A reflection of the internal world or character in the game of life. Yes. Is this not just a game I am playing with myself to attain something which I am already? You are right. So if you just remove this if, then, but from your question, that's the answer. Remove all that if, then, but, you have the answer. This is the ultimate truth, which we call in Sanskrit Mahabhava, the attitude beyond all the attitudes. Mahabhava.
Paramahamsa Nityananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nityananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nityananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nityananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nityananda.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 09742203311. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.